Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel Made with Logic. So this is your friend mentor CA Ashish Jain, your audit faculty. Welcome to the world of auditing. So today in this video we will be revising and recapitulating the chapter number 6, which is audit documentation, essay 230. Very important chapter, and nearly 4 to 6 marks is the weightage of this particular chapter. One question is sure shot every attempt it is tested from this particular chapter, and there are total 11 concepts in this particular chapter as per our regular book, whereas in our LDR concept capsule we will be covering only 8 concepts. Okay, I'll just give you a logical thing why we have ignored what are all the 3 concepts we have ignored it, which I'll not be discussing in this particular video. One is the objective of SA 230, concept number 2, and next one is nature of audit documentation, concept number 3, and one more thing is documentation of significant matter and related professional judgment, concept number 7. These 3 concepts, except these 3 concepts, we will be revising and recapitulating all the other concepts in this particular video. Let's start discussing each and every concept. So first is the definition of audit documentation. Okay, you just imagine what can be the definition of audit documentation. What auditor does, he applies the procedure. Okay, what he is going to document, obviously whatever procedures he has applied it, that he has to document it. Okay, that's what this definition talks about. Recording of audit procedures performed. Whatever auditor does the procedures like inquiry, observation, re-performance, recalculation, analytical procedure, test of control, test of detail, whatever procedures auditor has applied the procedures on the line items of balance sheet, he will going to record it in the form of document. Okay, then relevant audit evidence obtained. If there is any relevant audit evidence, not all audit evidence, he is going to document it. Only the relevant audit evidence obtained, he is going to document it. Okay, and the another name of audit documentation is working papers. This you will be hearing more in your CA articleship when you join good firms. Okay, then comes purpose of audit documentation, concept number 2. Why audit documentation is needed? What is the purpose of documenting the things? It can help in planning and performance. Okay, it can help in supervision and review. It can accountability. Okay, assist in supervision and review, accountability, future references, that is future significance, and then quality control as per SQC1, and external inspection. So these are all the 6 points. This is the purpose of audit documentation. So how we can remember these 6 points? I'll just tell a story related which will going to link all the 6 points in just this particular story. So recently we have launched our face-to-face classes in Chennai, okay, related to CA students, related to CA classes, and for that we were been planning since past 3 months how to construct the classroom. Okay, what will be the bench quality, everything we were planning it. Okay, then myself and my dad were supervising the work which we have done it. Then comes accountability. Who has to do what work? Okay, the electrician have to do this these works. Okay, and the carpenter have to do these works. Okay, he has to prepare the benches and everything. So accountability, who has to do what work. And future significance, we are building an environment to give a good space, and we are into a vision to create a quality education for CA students. This is our future goal. Then quality control, obviously quality control have been finally after the classroom gets completed, we have done a quality inspection by turning on all the lights, fans, ACs, whether everything is working properly or not. This is as per SQC1. And then external inspection, we have just inaugurated opening ceremony by calling our family relative members, and what they did was they did external inspection. We called someone from outside and they started inspecting the things, whether things are working or not. Okay, so this external inspection in audit terms is peer review and the quality review, which have been eliminated in CA final. These two topics were there in the old syllabus. Okay, so this is how you can remember all the 6 points through this story called opening ceremony of CA classes. Okay, so one is assistance in planning, then supervision, who myself and my dad were supervising and reviewing the things, accountability, future, what is our future goal, then quality control was done by me at the final stage, then come external inspection was done by our relative members, okay, whom we called for opening ceremony. Okay, so these are all the 6 points, purpose of audit documentation. Then comes concept number 3. Okay, there is some error over here. This is concept number 3, form, content and extent of audit documentation. Okay, form, content and extent of audit documentation. In what form you will going to document it, up to what extent you need to document it. Okay, this is the main heading which speaks about. Okay, one is sufficiency requirement. Auditor shall prepare documents sufficient to enable an experienced auditor with no prior connection to understand what are all things you will going to document. Obviously the nature, timing and extent of audit procedure. Okay, then comes result and audit evidence, or result and the evidence obtained. Whatever evidences you have obtained it, what was the conclusion, what was the result of that particular evidence. Okay, all those things you will going to document it. Then comes significant matter, any significant matter. Okay, like any significant risk was there, or this particular company is going to go for listing, okay, in the stock market. So this is a very significant matter, that also you need to document it. Okay, so these are all the 3 points. One is the nature, time and extent of audit procedure. Another one is result and evidence obtained, significant matter and conclusion. Okay, so these are all the 3 points. Then comes specific recording requirement. Specific recording requirement, auditors shall record identifying characteristic of tested items. Okay, he will going to identify the characteristic of tested item, what all line item have been tested. Okay, on what basis the testing have been done. For example, for trade receivables, okay, you will going to get external confirmation. Okay, how you have verified the trade receivables, balance of that particular trade receivables, by getting external confirmation. Okay, and who has performed it, okay, and who has reviewed it. Okay, everything, completion date, review date and extension, everything you will going to document it. Okay, then discussion documentation. You must document discussion of significant matter. You can have lots of discussion with your teammates, audit teammates, with your management, with your TCWG, all those significant matters, only the significant matters. Okay, remember this word, significant matters. Okay, not all the discussions you will going to document it, only the significant matters with management, TCWG or with others, noting nature, participant and date. Okay, what was the nature, who and all participated in that discussion, and when the discussion was happened, the date. Okay, then comes inconsistency resolution. If any information is inconsistent with the final conclusion is found, auditor shall document how it was addressed. For example, what happened, I'll tell you. The management have charged depreciation on property, plant and equipment as per Companies Act, same as it has charged for income tax purpose also, whereas the depreciation rate is actually totally different for Income Tax Act as well as for the Companies Act. What they did, they have charged for the same, okay, for the same property, plant and equipment, as per Companies Act they have charged the same rate of depreciation, whereas for the purpose of Income Tax Act they have charged for the same depreciation rate for as Companies Act. Okay, this was the mistake they did it. So there was some inconsistency between both the things. So what auditor have to do, he have to document how these matter have been resolved or addressed. How this matter have been resolved or addressed, auditor have to document it. Okay, there was inconsistency between the depreciation, the same rate have been charged for as per Companies Act, as per Income Tax Act. So this inconsistency has to be documented, how auditor have determined and addressed that particular issue. Okay, document how it was addressed. Okay, So these are all the things auditor needs to document. Okay, then comes factor affecting form, content and extent. Okay, very important question. What are all factors which affect form, content and up to what extent? What factor will going to determine up to what extent you need to document it? Okay, so for this I have created a handwritten notes. First we will go through the handwritten notes, then we will write the answers. Okay, so first one is size and complexity of entity. If the size of organization, just imagine Reliance Industry Limited, this it's very big size, it's a giant company, so obviously there will be lots of documentation which auditor have to take care. Okay, then comes identified risk of material misstatement. If there is uh, chances of risk are very high, then auditor have to document, he has to more document the things. Okay, then comes significance of audit risk. If that the significance of audit evidence, if that particular transaction is very much significant, then auditor have to document it. For example, if there is any adjustment in the goodwill, okay, while acquisition of a company, that an auditor feels that it is a significant transaction that has to be documented, then he will going to document it. Then comes nature of audit procedures. Audit procedures, like you just imagine, inquiry doesn't require any sort of documentation, observation also doesn't require any sort of documentation, whereas reperformance, recalculation, substantive analytical procedures, all these three, okay, that is analytical procedures, then comes reperformance, recalculation. These three things requires audit documentation as compared to inquiries and observation. It depends on the nature of audit evidence. Okay, then comes methodologies and tools. What methodologies and tools have been used by the auditor, that also has to be documented. For example, sampling method, you just imagine. Okay, so there are many types of sampling: random sampling, simple sampling, haphazard sampling, value weighted sampling. Which method auditor have used in what scenario, and to what particular item, line item of balance sheet, that has to be documented. Okay, then comes nature and extent of exception. If there is more exception, more documentation is required. So these are all the 6 points which you have to remember for this particular answer. Okay, so I have created a beautiful story. This is a very funny story. Just take it as an example for remembering purpose, nothing to hurt anyone. Okay, so this person is very fat, his name is Bablu. Okay, remember his name is Bablu. So what he is very size. Okay, he is very much big in size, his figure is very much complex. Okay, then what, because of his fatty body, he will be having a lots of risk related to health issues. So identify risk of material misstatement. Okay, he can have diabetes, he can have cholesterol, everything. So what he thought, because of his fatty body, his marriage is getting delayed. Okay, which is a very important aspect in anyone's life. So significant. Okay, his marriage is getting delayed because of his fatty body. So what he thought is, he will going to join a gym and he will going to work out, he will going to do lots of procedures, workout. That is called the nature of audit procedures. He will going to work out lot of things and he will going to lose his weight. Okay, then comes audit methodologies and tool. Okay, so from this body shape to becoming this body shape, obviously he has to use lots of tools like dumbbells, everything he has to use it to reduce his weight. So this is the methodologies and tools which he has to use, and a few exceptions. Okay, like in food intakes, he should avoid junk foods. Okay, he should have nutrition foods, he should have protein foods to convert his body from this to this. Okay, so this is the memory technique. If you remember this picture along with the story, that a fatty man has to be converted into a slim boy. So this is the storyline, how it can be done. So all these points are logically linked with this particular person itself, Bablu. Okay, so now let us write over here each and every thing. Okay, one is size, complexity of entity. Please guys, please write while watching the video itself. Don't pause or don't postpone it after watching this video. Okay, don't postpone, Please do it simultaneously while watching the video. Okay, write along with me. Identify risk of material misstatement. Then comes significant of audit evidence. Then comes nature of audit procedure. Okay, he has to join gym. Audit methodology and tools. Then comes nature and extent of exception. Okay, if you write these 6 points, definitely 3 marks ICI will be going to give you. Okay, so one is the size and complexity, identify risk of material misstatement, significant of audit evidence, nature of audit procedure, audit methodology and tools, nature and extent of exception. Okay, then comes example of audit evidence. Okay, so audit evidence can be kept in the form of paper, it can be kept in the form of electronic or any other medium like CD, pen drive, any other medium. Okay, so what are all examples, what are all things are included in audit evidence? Okay, so this is audit program. Okay, audit program is also a part of audit documentation. Then comes checklist, issue memorandum, summary of significant matter, letter of confirmation, like if the company have raised a loan from a bank, so the bank would have given a letter of confirmation. Okay, for sanctioning the loan. Okay, so letter of confirmation, that is also a part of audit documentation. You can keep it as a part of audit documentation. Or representation, they have used the word representation, so here you have to think the written representation, okay, which you get from the management, that also acts as a part of audit documentation. Corresponding, including emails which are significant on significant matter, only significant matter which are being discussed in the emails, that also part of an audit documentation, that is also included in audit documentation. What all things are included? Just remember these 6 points. One is audit program, checklist, issue memorandum, summary of significant matter, any significant matter, for that summary has to be created and it has to be part of audit documentation, letter of confirmation and written representation, corresponding email on any significant matter. Okay, only the significant matter, very important word. Okay, now we will write over here. Okay, so you won't believe this question was tested in September 25 exam. You won't believe it. Okay, so very simple question, audit. This was tested for 2 marks, I think so. So even these 2 marks are very much important. Okay, so don't skip any part of things in audit. Okay, so one is audit program, checklist, issue memorandum, then comes summarize of significant matter, letter of confirmation and representation, and correspondence, that is including email only on significant matters, only significant matters which have been discussed in the email, that you can keep it as a part of audit evidence, only significant matter. Here also you will going to summarize significant matter. Okay, now comes to the concept number 4, very easy concept, assemble of final audit file. When you have to assemble it, okay, as per SQC1, firm must have policies and procedure for timely completion of audit file assembly. Okay, so as per SQC1, what is the time limit given? Not more than 60 days after the audit report has been completed. Okay, Then comes timely assembly. Okay, this is as per SQC1. This 60 days is given as per SQC1, whereas auditor must assemble audit documentation into a final audit file timely after audit completion. Okay. Then comes the nature of process. This assembling the audit file, final audit file, is an administrative process. No new audit procedures or conclusion will be drawn. No new audit procedures or conclusion will be drawn. This is an administrative process. Then what are all permissible administrative changes? Okay, what are all things if you do changes in the audit documentation, it will be considered as administrative changes. Okay, if you are deleting it, okay, you can remember this from here: deleting, discarding, sorting, collating, cross references. You are giving cross references to here and there, signing of checklist, and document the audit procedures already obtained, discussed and agreed. Okay, so one is deleting, sorting, deleting, discarding, sorting, collating, cross references, signing the checklist, and document the audit procedures which is already obtained, discussed and agreed. Okay, so these 4 points you have to write over here. Okay, so let us write. One is deleting, discarding, sorting, collating, cross references. Then comes signing of checklist, and then comes document the audit evidence already obtained, discuss and agree. Okay, obtained. So these are all the 4 points which, if it is done in audit documentation, it will be called as administrative changes. Okay, this can also be tested for 4 marks. Then comes post assembly prohibition. Okay, once you document the things, you should not, auditor shall not delete or discard any audit documentation before the retention period. The retention period which we will be learning in SQC1, that is not less than 7 years. Okay, so that is the retention period. Up to that time, auditor have to keep all those documents in his he has to keep as a backup reference. Okay, not less than 7 years. Okay, then comes example of significant matter. Okay, what are all examples of significant matter? This can also be tested in the form of question answer. So so first, there are total 4 points which you have to remember and write. I'll tell you one super secret. Okay, so the thing is significant matter. Okay, take this significant word, you can able to write 2 points with this particular word itself. Okay, one is significant risk, another one is significant difficulty. Okay, so 2 points are getting complete. One is matter that give rise to significant risk, circumstance causing significant difficulty in applying audit procedure. Okay, what are all circumstance? For example, if auditor is not able to do inquiry with the management. Okay, so these this act as a significant matter. Okay, he's not able to discuss with the management because management is giving lots of excuses. He's trying to get escape from the situation. So at that point of time, he can consider it as a significant matter and can record it. Okay, can document the things. Okay, then comes rest of the point number 2 and 4, which talks about findings. Okay, here you have applied applying the audit procedures. Here you are not able to apply the audit procedures if suppose you were able to apply the audit procedures. At that point of time, you would have find something. Okay, you would have got result of that particular audit procedure. So that findings and result. Okay, result of audit procedures or the findings, if that particular findings gives, okay, can lead to a modification to the audit opinion, that will be considered as a significant matter. Or you are thinking to include an emphasis of matter paragraph because of that particular findings, then it will also be considered as a significant matter. Okay, so one thing is very simple, just bring a clarity in your mind. One is you are not able to apply the audit procedure. That is significant difficulty in applying the audit procedure. If suppose, okay, just imagine in two scenario, just look at me. One is you are not able to apply audit procedure because of significant difficulty. Another situation is you are able to apply audit procedure, okay, and that particular findings can lead to modification of opinion, okay, then that particular matter will also be considered as significant matter. Or else the result of audit procedure, whatever the result of audit procedure it can be, okay, it indicate that financial statement could be materially misstated, or there is a need to revise the previous assessment of risk and response, then that thing also act as a significant matter. Okay, one is the result of audit procedure which indicates that financial statements, which says that, okay, whatever procedure you have applied it, which depicts, which indicates that financial statement is materially misstated, then that particular matter will going to consider as a significant matter, or it requires need to revise the assessed risk and response. Okay, need to revise the auditor's previous assessment of risk and response, then it will be considered as a significant matter. Very, very easy. One is significant. This particular word, if you see in your examination, 2 points you can write it directly. One is significant risk, another one is significant difficulty in applying audit procedure, and the rest of the 2 points, if suppose auditor can able to apply the audit procedures and the findings whatever he gets after applying the audit procedures. For example, he has inquired it and he didn't get any response. He was able to apply the procedure. He has done inquiry, he has done analytical procedure, and after applying that he got a finding, okay, which is leading him to say that he is going to modify the audit opinion, okay, or he has to include an emphasis of matter paragraph, then that particular matter will be called as a significant matter. Okay, then comes the result of audit procedure indicating financial statements could be materially misstated or need to revise, okay, or need to revise whatever auditor's previous assessment of risk and response. Okay, that previous assessment of risk or response needs to be revised. Okay, at that point of time if it comes, then it acts as a significant matter. Okay, if you are revising the previous assessed risk and response, it will, that particular matter will be considered as a significant matter. That's it. Okay, then comes example of concept number 6, which is example of significant professional judgment requiring documentation. Okay, so first of all try to understand the word, the meaning of that particular word, significant professional judgment. Okay, so significant professional judgments are nothing but I have given few examples of significant professional judgment, which is materiality, determining going concern assumption, evaluating accounting estimates, assessing the risk of material misstatement as per SA 315. So these are all the significant professional judgments. Okay, so you can determine materiality can varies from auditor to auditor. Okay, one thing can be material from my side, okay, from other party side it cannot be material. Okay, so materiality, determining going concern assumption, evaluating accounting estimate, and assessing risk of material misstatement. These are the examples of professional, significant professional judgment. Okay, now let us understand what this particular these 3 points talks about. Okay, so what it says is your examples of significant professional judgment requiring documentation. Okay, what are all things you will going to document it. Okay, why you need to document it. Okay, so auditor shall consider certain information or fact, that consideration is significant. If auditor feels, okay, by seeing, looking into the information or looking into the facts, he feels that this considered as a significant professional judgment, then he will going to document that particular judgment. Okay, then comes subjective judgments. Okay, he will going to document things related to subjective judgments. For example, he will going to document on what basis of assumption provision for doubtful debts have been created, provision for warranty has been created, on what basis that basis auditor will going to document it. Okay, on what basis management have created the provision for doubtful debts or provision for warranty or employee benefit expense or impairment of asset or goodwill. Okay, on what basis, that those things auditor will going to document it as a significant professional judgment. Okay, one is subjectivity judgment and accounting estimate is the example. Okay, then comes about the authenticity of a document. If auditor feels that this particular document is very important, okay, then he'll going to definitely document it. Okay, that's it. So these are all the 3 points which you have to learn it. Then comes to concept number 7, very important concept. This concept is also been tested many times. Okay, so completion memorandum or audit documentation summary. Okay, so whatever things you have documented, what you will going to do is now you will be creating a summary by giving a cross references. Okay, so you will be creating a good summary. So there you have to learn 2 points. One is significant matter. Okay, not all the matters he will going to create a summary for. Not all the matters he will going to create summary for, only significant matters identifying during audit or how they were addressed. Okay, so one is significant matter identified during audit. Only significant matter, not all matters he will going to create summary. Who? Auditor. Significant matters identified during audit and how that particular matter have been addressed, how they were addressed. If you write these 2 points, definitely 2 to 3 marks you will be getting it. Okay, then comes to concept number 8 and we are done with this chapter. So ownership of audit documentation. Who are the owners of audit documentation? Obviously the auditor is the owner for the audit documentation. Okay, as per SQC 1, unless otherwise required by laws and regulation, audit documentation is the property of auditor. Okay, we have already seen it. Okay, then if auditor feels he wants to disclose it to the client, okay, he can do so. If auditor may disclose portion or extract, okay, if he feels that a portion or extract can be given to the client, okay, of audit documentation to the client at his discretion, provided there is 2 points which are, there is 2 things which needs to be satisfied if you want to give extract or you want to give a portion of audit documentation to your client. One is it does not determine the validity of work performed. It does not determine the validity of work performed and it should not compromise the independence of auditor or personnel in assurance engagement. It should not compromise the independence. Another point is it should not determine the validity of work performed. Okay, it should not determine. Okay, so if these 2 conditions are satisfied, then at that point of time auditor can give extract or portion. He can give extract or portion to the client at his discretion. Okay, at that situation only he can give it. Otherwise, who is the property, who is the owner of audit documentation? Auditor is the owner of audit documentation. So we have completed this chapter very successfully. I hope you would have enjoyed it. I hope you would have enjoyed our memory technique as well. If you are new to our channel, please do like and share and subscribe. And I hope you have enjoyed this revision video along with the writings. So thank you so much for watching the video. Stay connected. Jai Hind. Bye bye. Take care.